All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this, and welcome to the Weebly Comic Podcast, a podcast where every week we talk about anime, manga, comic book movies, and the latest entertainment news. I'm Diego, also known as Wrath, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts Brennan and Star Psycho, aka Adrian.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? Y'all
Damn,
doing
okay.
all right?
I see you, Diego. One take Drake did better than last time.
For real.
Mhm.
And this week we will be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. We will mostly be talking about Eternals as well as a handful of other anime announced. Wow, you really jinxed it. As well as as well as a handful of other anime announcements and an anime slash gaming related topic, but we'll get there. And as always, we have time codes and they will be in the description if you want to skip around, as well as links to the podcast socials, my YouTube channels, and Adrian's Twitch. But without further ado, let's get right into it because we have a whole bunch of crap to talk about. By starting with the Jujutsu Kaisen movie trailer.
Quite a juicy trailer, if you ask me.
It was very juicy.
So I've been waiting for this trailer since we got the teaser, the announcement of this shit, bro. I
Adrian
was
literally
like-
been seen in.
Bro, I was like, bro, we are about a month away from this movie. How have we not gotten the trailer? And then they dropped it. I'm like, thank you.
He said the anime
He
god.
said round of applause. Round of applause.
He said, praise the Lord. There's a whole trailer. Thank you, Jesus Lord. Thank you. But, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, there's not really much to go. I mean, I can't say
I mean,
there's
if
not
you've
much
read
of this trailer.
if you read Volume 0, there's a whole bunch, but
A lot of you, I mean, I'm assuming a lot of y'all really haven't watched or read Volume 0, so you're just gonna be like, oh my god, Gojo's in this, and then you got Unumaki, you got Panther throwing hands with Geto, and then you got Yuto drawing out the katana with red curse energy. How does he have red curse energy? Nigga, we don't know either. Shit, that's new to me.
they don't even know who Yuta is, but yeah.
I mean,
all I'm
they do.
saying-
They pay attention to the anime a little bit, but
Yeah, but they don't
Yeah.
show him. At least I don't remember them showing
no,
him.
they do. They showed him
They do
twice. They showed him with Hikari, and then they showed him by himself a little bit.
What the fuck?
They
do I
also
know?
show him in the intro.
Do they?
Yeah, in the
Mhm.
second opening.
Oh, the second one. That's why, because that opening's trash. Anyways.
What? That opening's amazing.
Honestly, I think the highlight of this trailer is Panda throwing hands, because Panda just looks sick.
No. The highlight of the trailer is Yuta freaking drawing the katana, bro. Can we just talk about how amazing it is to watch a JJK character using a katana and
That
how
is
like
sick.
just aesthetically pleasing it is?
I can't wait to see
Come
the
on now.
fights. I just can't wait
I
to see
mean-
the fights.
Honestly, I think, in my opinion, the highlight of this movie was towards the end when Rika comes right behind Yuta, and while Yuta's screaming with this katana drawn out too, I'm sitting there like, ooh.
Adrian said, "Oh, I'm finna bust."
Go off, Yuta. Oh my lord.
Oh my
Go off.
lord.
As y'all can hear, Adrian is a huge Yuta simp.
I'm a fanboy.
Hey,
Like
bro.
I love that nigga. He like I'm just saying he pretty nice with it. That's all I'm saying. He pretty clean.
Listen,
He
bro.
may be a shy little boy, but he pretty clean with it.
Honestly, I haven't read the manga, so I don't really know.
Oh, he
I mean,
gets
like, I
even
read
cleaner.
Volume 0, but I haven't read the manga, so...
In the manga, he gets cleaner. That's all I'm gonna say. Homie gets.
So as of right now, I'm just looking forward to all that getting animated. And, we already talked about this last week and the week before. Or was it the week before? I don't remember.
Something like that.
We already talked about what we want to see and everything in a previous episode. I'm pretty sure it was 2
Last
weeks
week
ago.
when we it was last week because
It
we were
was
talking
last
about the poster.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So it was last week. So if you want to hear our thoughts on what we want to see and all of that, not to cut this short or anything, but I just don't want us to go into a rant that we've already done.
That's fair.
But honestly,
I will say though, the trailer itself is very visually appealing.
Oh, it's so visually
Yes.
pleasing.
Like Mappa is that like just it's damn near Demon Slayer level anime.
Shout
Like
out
it's not
to Mappa.
it's not there right now, but it is definitely like it's up there.
I'm gonna be honest, man. In some key scenes, I really feel like this anime looks better than Demon Slayer. At least with like
You're tripping.
Let me finish my fucking thoughts. All right. At least when it comes to like hand-to-hand combat, because like it's just the one scene of Toto and Itadori just absolutely destroying that one curse that I just think it's better than any given fight scene in Demon Slayer.
Are you drawing that from like choreograph wise, or do you mean
Choreographed, yeah.
actual animation?
No, choreographed. I mean, the animation,
Okay.
obviously you can't beat Demon Slayer animation, but it's just the
Well, that's what I was
choreography
talking about.
mixed with the animation just looks so good.
No, yeah, I
It
can
just
agree.
looks so smooth with it.
It was.
Yeah,
it
JJK
is.
definitely got choreographed. They
Yeah.
definitely got that.
Cause
Yeah,
like
they really
but-
managed to get the author's choreography like to a T. It makes it even like 10 times better than what it was in the manga, in my opinion, too.
and not to
like-
hate on Demon Slayer, but like it all it is just is a swing of the sword with some fancy footwork, and that's it. Like it's still great, don't get me wrong, but like the choreography of like some fight scenes that are just hand to hand combat, it's just, especially in Jujutsu Kaisen, it's undefeated in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck you.
I will say, there Inosuke versus Tanjiro had like a pretty
That
clean
was fire too.
choreography.
That was
but-
fire.
Compared to JJK, I feel like JJK just kind of wipes the floor with it.
Exactly.
I mean, with
Appreciate
the upcoming stuff in Demon Slayer, I think they have a chance to do some really good choreography. But we'll just have to see.
All right. Well, since we're talking about Demon Slayer, let's get into talking about the brand new episode. We had a week-long break last week. This is episode 4 or episode 5.
4. It's episode 4.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why I wrote episode 5. But I unfortunately did not get the chance to watch it, and Brennan, I don't think you did either, right?
No, I didn't get to.
And the only one out of all of us who watched it was Adrian. So, Adrian, why don't you break it down for us?
All
What
right,
the
so
hell happened?
y'all two didn't watch it, but your lovely boy did. I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. Basically, it's
The
almost
throat
like the
goat,
movie.
bruh.
You're goddamn right I am. Anywho, that's not the point right now. The point is that it's kind of like the movie, but they did add scenes for this episode. For this one, they added, I think this is a new thing they added, but when the boy went in for Tanjiro in his like dream shit, and he got like towards what is it called? His conscious. He got brought to his I can't talk right now. He got brought towards his conscious. After Tanjiro figured out what to cut, it showed him like falling deep down, and even the little spirits that was in the conscious like tried to save him, but we know he got kicked out of the dream because Tanjiro woke up after that. And also another thing that the movie like cut out or didn't they added towards this season was they were more expressing of like what Tanjiro was going through, just a little bit. It's nothing too crazy of what he was going through when he's like thinking about killing himself in the dreams. Like, I just got to cut my throat. I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. And then he's like, you see the scene like 3 separate angles 3 times. So that's really the only difference between this and the movie. It's nothing too special, but it's a little nice to see.
Okay.
That's about it.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm glad they put more emphasis on that scene of him, like, realizing he has to cut his own neck. Because, like, you got to imagine, like, the willpower you have to do something like that, especially after, like, having to essentially leave your family for a second time. Like,
yeah.
You got to know that is a very, like, hard thing to do. Just to have to do that in general is like something that's like hard to deal with, but especially to throw on like him having to feel like he has to leave his family for a second time is just kind of like insane.
Not only that, but like in the movie, you're just kind of like, damn, he is a savage because he just does not hesitate.
No, in the movie, it felt like he barely hesitated, other than saying, "I need to do it now," and then he just does it. This one kind of like expressed a little bit of his mental state, not too crazy, but.
I'm not gonna lie, the movie made me give Tanjiro mad respect. Like, I already love and respect the shit out of Tanjiro, but like, that was just like, dang, he is so determined to do this stuff for his sister that he just doesn't even care about his own life. He's just, let me chop my fucking head off.
I mean, like, let's not forget that he realizes it was a dream. Like, he knew,
Yeah, but that's still
like,
terrifying as hell to
It's
have to like
terrifying to
even if you
know, and
know
you're
it's a
just doing it as a
dream.
gamble.
Yeah, like even
it
if you
is.
know it's a dream, it's still scary as hell to kill
No,
yourself.
yeah,
Like straight up.
I'm just saying, like obviously in real life, there's a difference because he realized it was a dream, and then his dad came and like told him, like, hey, like you know what you got to do, essentially, type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a gamble, but not a gamble at the same time. Like by the time he was decided that he was gonna do it, he was, I would argue, 99.9% sure that that's exactly what he had to do in order to wake up. Now, obviously, I'm not taking away from the fact that it's hard to do. I'm just saying, like, he will do reckless things, but he wouldn't do something that reckless, you know. However, shout out my boy Tanjiro.
Shut up, bro.
Yes,
Demon
sir.
Slayer. Demon Slayer's still undefeated, even if it's just a rehash of shit we've already seen. I was gonna say, speaking of shit we've already seen, but we
That would be me.
haven't seen the new season of Bleach. Speaking of,
I'm the only one who has.
Jump Fiesta. When the hell is that?
That's like December 18th and 19th, I believe. I could be wrong about the second date. I know it's on the 18th for sure.
So with Jump Fiesta, obviously we're probably gonna see the announcement of Bleach returning, right? Or has that
it's already been
announced?
It's already been announced. It's okay. So for this one, more people are starting to get the idea. Since this is more geared towards the anime, I was hoping would have gone for the manga and anime because the mangas had their recent chapters on August, and I say recent, but that's like 2 months ago. We don't talk about that. Anywho, the manga leads on, or a manga chapter leads on to like having a whole story arc with it, other than just a one shot get together, Bleach anniversary type thing. For a Jump Fiesta, I was hoping that maybe it'll do the anime and manga, but it feels like it's geared towards the anime, which I'm not mad at completely. I'm not mad at all. I'm glad because this time I'm thinking we're not just gonna get like a little PV or a little teaser. We're gonna get like an actual trailer to what we're gonna see in the new anime. So
I mean, I feel like we're finally gonna get dates. No.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
hopefully that's the thing. If we get key visuals or a preview, I'm hoping we also get dates of like when stuff go down or stuff
Or
like
at least
that.
a time span that it
Listen,
could
bro.
happen.
All I'm saying is, if we don't get dates for Chainsaw Man, I'ma sue somebody. I'ma fucking sue somebody. Cause
For
it's
some reason, I
emotional.
thought it was
It's
coming-
emotional damage at this point, bro.
I swore it was coming out in like winter 2020.
Well, it wasn't like confirmed as far as I saw. I mean, I am dumb, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but
I mean, I could be wrong too. It's been a while since I even like watched the trailer, so I don't even know if it was like a release at that time. But
I forgot they already released like a little trailer for it, so we
Yes,
could
bro.
be getting dates for Chainsaw
I watched
Man.
it. I had no idea what I felt like at the Attack on Titan trailer. I was like, what was the point of me even watching this? Like, I had no clue. And then
so a lot of manga readers,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
if
I was just about to
if you read the
say.
manga, you pick up on it.
I was like, and then I was like, hold up, let me pause on Tokyo Revengers. I just finished the Black Dragon arc. Let me read some Chainsaw Man. Read up until like chapter like 30 or something, and then watched the trailer again. I knew everything that happened in every single scene, and I'm like, oh, this shit gonna be fire. But yeah, if we don't get, like I said, if we don't get dates for Chainsaw Man, I'm suing Shonen Jump on the spot. On the spot.
On the spot.
Yeah,
those are
I'm
the
calling my
2
lawyer.
series. Those are the 2 series we know have a super stage. The other 2 series, I know they're dark series, like more like I don't want to say seinen, but they're darker series for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they're gonna do with those series. I guess I'll take interest on it when they show up and when they release dates for those ones. But obviously, me being a Bleach fanboy and me waiting years, and I mean years, to get news like this, when people were telling us, ain't no way Bleach gonna get a final season, it's not gonna get animated, boo hoo, cry all you want, now all y'all losers, bitch. Shut okay. Y'all can happily shut the fuck up, alright? I'm sick of you. Y'all were parasites, and now look at y'all looking dumb. Y'all looking like bozos.
So
fuck out of here.
So you have no idea what the other 2 anime on the super stage would be?
I know they've been announced and they've been named, but I forgot the name of them completely. I
Oh,
just
so
know that they're dark,
you're just a
like they're just
bum.
dark series.
That's so you just admitting that you're a
Let's
bum.
just
What
tell
you
it
mean
how
I'm
it
a
is. The only thing that matters is Bleach and Chainsaw Man. All right,
exactly?
everything else, in our opinion, irrelevant at the moment.
I mean,
You're
like,
right.
Especially for Adrian, Bleach
not
is like
not to sound like a naysayer or anything, but like I don't even care about the Bleach anime because I ain't watching that shit.
I mean, okay, so like,
Adrian's like, listen here, bitch.
listen, I'm only saying this because like they might change the anime, hopefully the story a little bit, because I know Kubo wasn't happy with the way he had to write Bleach a little bit, mostly because of fans, and then how he had to be rushed towards the end of the series and the story.
Wait, so
You can
is
tell it
Bleach
was
over?
rushed. It was, and yeah, Bleach already ended. It ended like 2016. I think.
Damn.
Actually, I could be wrong. Yeah, 2016 it ended at the time. And the anime doesn't
Where's Bleach Shippuden,
cover
bro?
that. I mean, it might. We might get a Bleach Shippuden. Low key. It depends if this Hell arc is gonna get more chapters or not. I think it will be because they kind of left off with a cliffhanger with this one shot. We'll have to see.
That's crazy. All right, well, speaking of things that are crazy, actually. So, I don't know if any of y'all have heard, but apparently Attack on Titan is doing a crossover with Call of Duty Vanguard.
disgusting,
I'm just saying, bro, that game
despicable.
looks like shit.
I don't see a point for this. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, like-
obviously for sales, but like,
Attack on Titan
I'll
ain't
be
gonna make me
honest.
buy that shit ass game. I'm sorry.
It doesn't make
I'm not
sense.
gonna.
This was a crossover they should have done in like Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3, where you had the gear that kind of
Worked
seemed
like
close to maneuver gear.
Yeah.
But like it's boots on the ground, bruh. Like
Okay, but the reason they're
Not
doing it
only
is because
that-
Attack on Titan has like the time, like that time, like they're in the same time frame, I guess, like early 20th century. So
That's what I
that's
was
why
gonna
they're
say.
doing it.
And like it's because of they're just trying to ride off the popularity of Attack on Titan, because everybody and their mother knows that ain't nobody buying this COD because Battlefield 2042 exists.
Yes, if you buying
Shout out
COD
Battlefield.
2042.
Shout
you
out
are
my
truly
second channel. I'm gonna be uploading a shit ton of that, but
Shout out my Twitch channel because I'm gonna be streaming that once I get my hands on that shit.
we all rubbing our hands like Birdman.
For real.
Yes, sir. We scheming like demons.
All right, well, enough of shameless plugging. I really have nothing else to say except for like
It's
I love
disgusting,
Attack on
period.
Titan, but I do not care like at all. Like even if they put every single character from Attack on Titan, I'm talking like Sasha, Jean, fucking Aaron, aren't like everybody. I do not care.
I'm happy Attack on Titan got their bag, like that group, and Call of Duty Vanguard still are not gonna get any sales. So fuck them.
True.
Yeah,
True.
to be fair, the only character that I maybe may think that is coming is Levi, but Levi and swords aren't really gonna make me buy a shooting game. I'm sorry, but
And plus,
a World War
once y'all
II game.
once y'all start playing on PC, there's an Attack on Titan game that me, Michael, and Javen do not stop playing. So
That game does look fun.
Exactly, bro. That game is better than any kind of Call of Duty that is set before fucking like modern times.
Yes, I'm sick. I'm sick of
like
World War II Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
that's what-
Or
no,
World
I'm
War
sick
Call
of
Duty.
World War II games. Period. But that's for a different day in a different channel.
Yeah, to be fair, that's
So
I believe that Battlefield did it too.
yeah, no, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 that's the only reason why I started buying COD again is because of Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Anyways, I'm stopping this right here.
We go on this forever.
My channel is for video games, not this, bro. Okay, I don't know how to transition into this, so I'm just gonna do the roughest cut ever into JoJo Stone Ocean. What are your thoughts? By the way, it comes out on the 1st of December. Are you excited? Are you not excited?
Oh, hold on. To say I'm excited is understatement. I'm deeply in love with Jojo. To be honest, like it's gonna be.
You talking Jolene, Cujo, Jojo, or just JoJo's
I'm talking
in
about
general?
JoJo in general, bro.
Now
I
listen,
love
bro.
the series.
I'm kind of down bad for Jolene.
Listen, you gotta catch up to where you are.
I know.
right now.
I'm still in part 2. Don't remind me.
You in part 2, you got a
Don't remind me,
whole lot, bro. You got a whole while till you get to part 6.
Listen, bro.
Me,
I'm just loving Joseph, bro. Joseph is just, he's the king. I think I need like 3 more episodes and I'll be done with part 2 finally.
oh, so you're almost that. Oh shit! I thought you were still like
No,
in the middle of it.
He's
like,
about to fade the hell out of that one guy.
Cars.
I think. I don't remember. It's been like a month.
Yeah, that should be his name. I mean, that should be the one that he's fighting now. Because if he's fighting anyone else right now, then
all I know is
that makes no sense.
I'm just waiting for Josuke. Yeah, right? Is it Josuke?
Are you talking like part 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty cool.
I'm just like, he's drippy as hell.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, all the parts after part 3 are really amazing. Part 4 is a little bit slower in my opinion, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just like the tone compared to like the other parts, it's not as fast paced. It's more like a slice of life. Now for part 6, I don't know the pace, how it's gonna be paced. And I mean that as I'm an anime watcher when it comes to JoJo. Maybe after part 6, I'll read the manga for it because I recently got into JoJo when part 5 was airing like on a weekly basis, and that was a fun ass time. And emotions, tears were shed for certain characters. I loved them, and they died. But that's neither here.
Need to catch up. I don't know if this is even gonna happen, but I'm making it my personal goal to watch the rest of JoJo's before Stone Ocean starts airing. Because
you have to devote a lot of your time to it. So.
I know.
You need to do like what you did for One Piece.
For real, just catch COVID.
For real, that's literally how you're only going to be. That might be the only way you might catch up. To be honest.
Well, does
the sigh of defeat?
Yeah, it's fine. I really want to watch it though because like that trailer looks sick, and I know the trailer's old news, but you know. Yeah,
but I mean like the newer animation. It still has a part 5 animation, but just looks a little cleaner than that. And,
yeah, I was gonna say,
bro, I love the animation for this. It never gets old watching, and then seeing my boy Jotaro coming back too, even though he's been in the series since part 3. Like, I that's my favorite Joe star. Come on now, like. That man's a walking, talking Chad.
By the way, y'all, just so you understand how much Adrian loves JoJo's, his first tattoo was a star on his back, just like a JoJo character. Like,
call me motherfucking Dio. Muda, muda, muda. I'm not gonna fucking go into that. That's just cringe.
Does it anyways, but it's fine.
Now, I am hearing from a little bit of manga readers that the first episode is going to be wild. And if it's true, boy, call me a scheming, seeming demon and shit.
Excuse me.
So that's the kind of wild you meant.
For real.
Mm-hmm. Might be a little wild. And I'm sitting here like, shit, they animate that then.
He said, "Let me get my fucking lotion and my tissues ready, bro."
My demon hour is on an all-time high.
Do you plan on watching it, Brennan, or no? You said it's not for you, but I don't know if.
Let me just say this: anytime anyone mentions JoJo's, all I can think about is the gifts that Adrian has sent me, and all of them have been one dude looking like he's about to have sex with another dude, or specifically the scene where the dude is tonguing down some cherries.
Yo,
and then I'm just like, I don't want to think about this anymore. I tried watching it. I really didn't get into it all that well, especially after he killed the dog. That kind of made me mad. I ain't gonna lie.
He's talking about the first part, just for y'all.
Yeah.
Imagine thinking that Dio killing a dog is the worst thing that happens in JoJo's. That's crazy.
Oh no, I'm sure there's worse. I'm
Bro, a lot.
Like, a lot. I never really got into it. And like, you can ask Adrian. I gave it a genuine try because me and Adrian watched it together. This wasn't like I watched it on my own time. I'm saying that I gave it a try, but I only like partially paid attention. I genuinely watched it with Adrian while we were in Orlando one day, and just it wasn't clicking for me. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have to just try to revisit it and try to watch it again. Just because kind of do what I did with One Piece. Was it One Piece? No. What was the anime I did that
Bleach.
with? Yeah. At first, the first time I started watching Bleach, I was really like, what is the hype around this? And then I watched it again and I got hooked. So, JoJo's might be something similar to that, but as of right now, I am like I know like I didn't even watch the trailer that Adrian put in the chat. Like I'm gonna be honest. I like that's how much I didn't care. So
I mean, I didn't watch it because I've seen it already.
I was just putting it in there because I had to rewatch it because I feel like I've seen some of it, but then there's a little bit more that I just either forgot or just
Speaking
didn't see.
of the trailer you put in the thing, Jolene be seeing some demons, bro. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Hands coming out of the trash can, body parts just flying out of a decapitated bird.
I can't get into it.
That's why I want to watch more, because I'm just like, this is some weird ass shit, and I know it makes sense to JoJo's fans. So.
Oh no, it does, and it's not something that's not even the craziest thing that happens, like power wise, like like. It's more wild than you think, and you're like, bro, what the fuck is happening? How do you do this with this power? And you're sitting there like, the fuck? That's why I love JoJo. It's just like how unique it is and how
it's
a lot
so
of fights
weird.
are.
It's so great, but it's so
weird. It's weird, but like at the same time, it just shows like not all fights are going to be the same. Where they're using brute strength, where they're fighting fisticuffs, all that shit. No, it's going to be very strategic, even with the weakest like ability they have, even if it's a dumb ability, shit, they still have to use strategy to like outmaneuver or outsmart the other person, because that can even mean death for even like the strongest stand users or the characters.
Before I was introduced to JoJo's, it was very like heavily memed. So like I like while watching the show, I never really could take it seriously. And I think that like that's what I meant by like all the gifts and stuff that Adrian would send in the chat. It was always like some meme, like weird stuff going on.
Look, bro.
So I was
I'm gonna stop you right there because I don't take the show serious. It's hilarious. Everything is hilarious.
You can, but it's a lot better if you don't, because like there's moments in it where it's just so
shit that
memeable.
happens that makes no sense and is so funny.
Like even in part one, it's like a funny shit.
Like,
man,
okay,
like, got air bubbles.
There's this. You remember that meme of Joseph running away from the one guy?
Yes.
It's like I feel like they animated that running animation so badly on purpose.
They did.
It was just.
I'm like 90% sure they did. That's why like they have even like the kanji symbols still in the like the scenes instead of taking it out like a regular anime, because it just makes it better. Even though it looks goofy, it just makes it better.
See, like I feel like even if you took part one serious, just Joseph in general makes you not take part two serious.
The way Joseph is as a character, you kind of can't
take him seriously, which is
hard
why
to take
I love him so much. He's the least serious while everybody else is trying to be serious. And even when he's being serious, it just feels like a meme. And it ends up being a meme 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, because then he'll just pop up and say something like, "Oh, you thought I was going to do this, but I did this instead."
And now you're going to say this, and then they say it.
Goofy.
Speaking of things that are goofy and you can't take seriously, how about that 7 Deadly Sins movie, Brennan?
Hey, listen, you can take the first couple seasons of 7 Deadly Sins very seriously and very much so enjoy them. And then, it just kind of...
It just kind of...
It all goes downhill from there.
So, I see that a lot of people are mad. If you guys didn't know, there is a new movie coming out for 7 Deadly Sins. It takes place after all of the 7 Deadly Sins, usual movies, the ending movie, everything. It does follow up with Meliodas' and Elizabeth's child.
And then it takes place
his name is
before
Tristan.
The sequel.
Before,
right?
Yeah. So there's also a sequel thing called like the Four Nights of something or whatever. I haven't read it or anything. But that's supposed to be getting a anime adaptation as well, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyways, it'll be following Tristan. they did this weird like CGI on it that I'm gonna be honest doesn't really look that great.
So that is 3D animation, because I was like,
Yes,
that looks
that
Yeah.
is
awful.
no. But anyways, I'm now understanding that it's gonna be following Tristan. Like I can see it, but personally, I think they should have named this like something to do with the Four Knights of something of whatever it's called, instead of naming it after Seven Deadly Sins. Because at this point, like y'all tarnished Seven Deadly Sins name enough. Like, don't tarnish it more.
I feel like
I'm
you
like,
just gotta beat the dead horse, bro.
it's just no, like story wise, it could be good. Animation wise, I'm already not like a lot of fans are not happy with how they decided to do that. That I don't know if anyone listening to this has watched Seven Deadly Sins and like watched all of it, but the ending of it specifically sucked. So like the reason I say that is they finally beat the Demon King, and then all of a sudden Merlin comes back as like a almost like a traitor, brings Arthur back to life, introduces like this idea of chaos being the third like ruler of the universe. So there's like Demon King, angels, and then chaos. And when there's no Demon King and there's no angels, then all that is left there is chaos. But they literally went through that in like a couple episodes, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. And so it's very vague, and like it's something that definitely was probably supposed to, or at least should have gotten its own arc, like an entire arc based off of it. That's how like complex it could have and should have been. But they sped through it, so it didn't really make sense. And it's also like, why did you just now throw in all this extra BS in the thing? And I know Adrian already knows this. Diego, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna just rip the band-aid for you
I
now.
think you already told me.
I did not tell you this already because I'm pretty sure I specifically tried not to tell you this because I know it's gonna be a little band-aid for you.
Oh,
But the reason Merlin is looked at as kind of like a traitor is they introduced the fact of, oh, Merlin's in love with Meliodas, and obviously Meliodas is in love with Elizabeth. And when Escanor meets his untimely demise, she kisses him and basically tells him like, had I met you before I met Meliodas 3,000 years ago, like a lot of things could have been different. Essentially, like the reason she couldn't love Escanor the way he loved her was because she was in love with Meliodas already.
that's painful.
It is very painful.
Dies.
I can tell you now, even watching that anime scene like that, if you want to watch any piece of the ending anime, like watch that scene, because even though the animation isn't great, watching the scene is still like actually kind of like nice. But yes, Escanor does die. He sacrifices himself essentially. Like it's not like someone kills him. It's more of he makes a decision to do something, and it's something that would end up killing him.
Okay, I was gonna say that's the only thing that makes sense, because like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the way that the scale, like at least what I read, because I looked it up at one point to see who was the strongest out of all of them, and he's like the strongest by a lot. So at least from the thing that I read, as I said, this was back when season 2 just finished airing. So obviously a lot is subject to change.
Yeah, no. When Meliodas gets his like full Demon King powers, that's debatable. But like basically, he gets basically the angel who had one for all, or not all.
One for all.
One for all.
What is it?
Yo, Deku, bro.
Deku.
No, what is his power called? The power of the sun, essentially. His sun powers. That angel comes back, so he essentially gets that power stripped away from him. And when he gets it, like he asks the angel to help his friends, and then the angel is like, "No, I can't do that. Like I can't interfere with your guys' stuff." Basically, he's like, "No, you're misunderstanding what I'm asking. I'm asking to use your power in order to like help my friends, essentially, like basically asking for the power back." And he tells them like, if you use that power, like your body can't handle it anymore. Like if you use it too much, like you'll die. He's like, well, and then you get this nice little like backstory on how Escanor really joined the Seven Deadly Sins, and and stuff like that. But basically, yeah. So after he dies, she then pulls out Arthur, like King Arthur, because he's supposed to be the one who can rule chaos. But like I said, it's super rushed, and then they make a movie, and the movie talks about them finally killing like the Angel Queen, And like it just kind of doesn't really make sense. But I would have rather seen the ending of the movie and the ending of the anime, and then the anime ending be like a whole drawn out movie arc. You know, they just did it all wrong, so it kind of just ruined the end of Seven Deadly Sins. So to throw like I said, this should have been more of the let's introduce the next anime instead of let's continue this old one.
Yeah.
It's like you want to ride off of the name of the old one, yet you've already kind of diminished the viewership of the old one. So you might as well just start the new one, you know, run a Boruto. Like Boruto did it right. They did the Boruto movie, but they called it Boruto to introduce the next series.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they should have done. But, you know, I may or may not watch it. I know my dad loves the anime, so he'll probably want to watch it. So I may watch it with him or something, but I'm not expecting much.
As you should.
Seven Deadly Sins fans would be like that.
To think that I
It's
used
bad.
to really, I don't know. Like I'm still, I just want to read the
Season
manga,
1
to
and
be
2,
honest.
if you tell me that you watched the first 2 seasons and didn't enjoy it, then you're crazy. Because it was actually really good.
Just
The
at
fight
Javen.
scenes were good. Like, the fight scenes were good. The animation were good. Bond's whole, like, just Bond's backstory in general, like, just those couple episodes of watching, like, his backstory, like, dude, Bond is a top-tier character.
I mean, aside from the fact that he likes lollies.
You kind of suspect, I'm not gonna lie.
Right, bro.
Is
Be mad
that
about it.
everything though? Look, Bond's a goat.
Yeah.
It was just a joke, but
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was hard to watch that trailer, boy.
TLDR, bro. The new Seven Deadly Sins movie is gonna be ass, and if you think anything but that, you're tripping. Anyways, speaking of
You
Netflix
must have high
properties,
hopes.
speaking of Netflix, shit. Anyways, speaking of Netflix, anime that has been on Netflix, Kakegurui, or however the fuck you pronounce that, it's getting a prequel. I honestly have no idea. I think I'm the only one here who's watched it, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so you can take over for that one.
Brennan?
I've never watched it. All I know about it is it has a bunch of waifus in it.
Oh yeah. So I only watched season 1. I haven't gotten around to watching season 2 yet, and I have no idea what this prequel is about. I literally earlier, I think today or yesterday, one of the days, Adrian sent into our group chat the news, and
No, that was me.
it was you. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, bro. Anyways, he sent the news. I read the headline, which was literally just prequel, and I was like, okay, that's dope. And I meant to look more into it, but I didn't. So
Yeah, I mean,
it do be like that sometimes.
speaking of movies and anime, Netflix, let's move into some actual information that we care about, and that is the live action actors being revealed.
I was gonna
for One
say I
Piece.
completely forgot about that because I'm looking at the topics and I'm like, I didn't put that anywhere.
Yeah.
And that was just released
I
too.
just remembered it too,
And
and
that
it was
just-
just released.
Yeah, yesterday. So
Yeah, and
Mhm.
I think I think we've all had some words to say about it, but Usopp, the
Usopp,
energy I was seeing in that
yeah, bro.
matches. I was like, okay, the Nami chick, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Like, I think I'd rather see her a little more in character. The dude who's playing Zoro seemed like he was trying to announce it in Zoro's character, so
Yeah.
that seemed really fitting. Luffy's character,
To be,
don't know.
in my
I know.
opinion, I think that's as best as Luffy can get for a live action.
I was gonna say
Like-
I really don't think anyone can do Luffy and do it good.
Yeah.
Which
He
is-
seems very hyperactive, so that's something going for him.
But
Yeah.
that's it.
But like, we'll just have to see. And then same thing with Sanji. I know like everyone's been clowning his looks, and like, I looked at it, when I saw the small picture and didn't see like a name or anything, I low key literally looked at it, I was like, what is this Eminem and One Piece shit going on? But
Honestly,
like-
when I first saw that picture, because he was, like you said, he's the first one that I saw, and I was like, is that Frankie? And then I
Bro,
saw that it was
I
supposed to
saw
be
that.
Sanji, and I'm like, are you shitting me?
I will
I
say
saw the blonde hair. I'm like, oh no, is that Sanji? Please don't be Sanji.
I will say, if
Please.
you think the biggest worry is Sanji not having long hair, we gotta wait until we see a trailer because we all know how live action movies go. Like,
Dog,
Yeah,
as
they
as
kind
I
of be
said
iffy.
earlier, I like don't get me wrong. Like we said in the first episode of the podcast, One Piece is my favorite anime, but that doesn't mean I think this is gonna be good.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if they could make a good series, I will take a couple characters not looking the best if they can make the
Like,
series
to
good.
be honest,
Yeah.
now to be honest, I'm iffy with Luffy with Nami's character. She's hot, so I mean,
Nami's character is
I
fine.
feel like for most people, that's enough.
No,
Probably.
for some people, she needs to have big boobies.
I was gonna say,
That's not,
and for the people who don't,
for
don't feel
those
like that.
people. I advise you to go outside and talk to an actual woman. I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Please.
I was gonna say the fact that she doesn't have like triple D's, I feel like is gonna piss some people off, but like
It has,
that's not realistic.
unfortunately.
And like you said, those people need to go touch grass.
And talk to
Zoro,
a woman.
given that Zoro's my favorite character in anime, period, I am not 100% happy with the actor just because he's too pretty boy for Zoro. But since Liv did tell us apparently he's like really good at sword fighting and other shit that he was in, that like I forgive it. I'm gonna give him a chance. And with Usopp, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Another-
Usopp. This feels
Usopp is
perfect.
really good.
And
Like
Sanji,
but, like,
he looks like his dad more, but like that's fine.
see, my biggest
Also-
issues with Sanji and Luffy is those actors haven't been in anything that's like good. From like, cause I like did a little bit of research and tried to see like if they were in like really good movies or like critically acclaimed stuff, and there's nothing for either of them. And Nami, but you can't. There's not really much you need to do for Nami. I don't. But like Sanji
I
being
mean-
like a very good written character, I feel like you kind of need something to back that up.
That doesn't mean they're not going to be good either. I will also
Agreed.
say,
It's just I'm
I-
kind of worried is all.
let's keep in mind, let's see how the actual thing is written, because sometimes I feel like people put blame on characters or actors of how they portrayed a character.
No, it's always
Given
how the script
How they're
is.
written
Yeah.
is a very big important part of it. Because like this dude with Sanji, I'm like, at the end of the day, we haven't seen what he's actually gonna look like. Like we see what him as a person looks like,
Yeah.
but not him in Sanji character. Because, bruh, let's be honest, it's Netflix. They probably have a pretty damn big budget.
Look,
They
I'm
can
gonna
get a
be
good
honest,
wig.
especially with how Cowboy Bebop is, and considering that it's One Piece, one of the biggest animes. Period. I think that like appearances is not a worry.
I don't want to see a trailer before I have my full opinion on how they're
Agreed.
going to be
I
played
was gonna say.
and portrayed as.
And honestly, if they nail everything about Sanji with him, except for the fact that Sanji has longer hair, I honestly do not care. Sanji with a buzz cut, I'm down for it as long as he looks fire. And is Sanji to the T. But
They're not gonna do a buzz cut, bro. There's no way.
no, I'm
they're
just
gonna
saying,
do
like, if they
something
don't
like
give
See
him a
it.
wig, then I don't like. That's not the biggest problem in the world.
that. Yeah.
'Cause
So what
as
I was
long as
saying
it's
earlier,
good, then I will forgive that. I don't care.
I just feel bad because I know this is messing with Homeboy. Like everyone, like no one is talking about anything other than like them
How-
being mad
yeah.
about him being Sanji, and it's like that must like think about how much that must affect you while going into like a role. Like that puts so much pressure on you because you're like, now I got to prove these people wrong, or now I got to try to hit this character even better to show them that I wasn't the wrong choice or whatever. Like
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't
and
know
again,
if it's.
like it's just
I feel
messed
like that
up.
would be more motivation, if anything. And he probably prepared himself for this. I'm sure each one of the. Now, I'm not saying like this, like what's happening right now, but I'm saying like I'm pretty sure each one of these actors and actresses have prepared themselves for some form of backlash. Now,
Yeah, because it's really hard to please an anime adaptation,
like-
especially if it's live.
because if they've been following anything that has to do with Netflix and anime, they already are well aware of the reputation for live action Netflix anime. So,
Yeah, they're all
or
amazing.
live action anime stuff, period. Like, none of it's good, except for
Nah,
maybe
that's
Cowboy
about-
Bebop. Cowboy Bebop looks
They're
like
all
it's going to be
amazing.
the best one.
Do you know Tokyo Revengers has a live action anime or a live action movie?
That sounds like
Yeah,
ass.
it's not. It's just Japan only, so I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna ever see it or worry about seeing it.
True. All right.
But anyway,
Full Metal Alchemist, the mangaka, their new manga starts on the 10th of December. How hyped are we?
I'm not
Um,
super hype. It's not like, oh my god, I can't wait for this. But like, it's definitely like, I'll give it a read when it comes out. Like, it's like I don't know. I love Full Metal Alchemist, but I only ever watched the anime, and I only really like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I don't know if Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood follows the manga. Like, I don't know which
no,
one
Full
follows the
Metal.
manga.
Brotherhood followed the manga.
Yeah, Brotherhood followed the manga. The only reason Full Metal Alchemist just went their own way was because they caught up to the manga, and then they just did their own thing.
Yeah.
Well, they did some shit that didn't make any fucking sense at all. So,
which is why, out of like a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like an 8 with this. Because like Full Metal was my favorite anime until I started watching pretty much everything that's in my top 10 now. But that's not like bashing it, because like it's, One Piece, Cowboy Bebop, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, like a bunch of like very, very good shit, and like it's not to take away from Full Metal. It's just like Full Metal, it's got a slow build, and almost every single one of the animes in my top 10 don't have slow builds, which is the only
except for One Piece.
I was gonna say, except for One Piece, which was the almost.
Mm-hmm.
But the lore and the story building of One Piece more than makes up for it, in my opinion. But I'm really excited. I don't know if I want to read the first chapter off rip. I might open it on Shonen Jump to see how long it is, and then I'll decide. But
probably going to be over like 50 pages, not 50
yeah,
chapters.
if it's not over 50 pages, then I might wait until like maybe 2 or 3 chapters come out, and then I'll read it.
I want to know what it's about.
Yeah,
that's a conversation for the week that it comes out, because
I
have theories and all this other shit.
I want to know what it's about, because like we're sitting here talking about Full Metal Alchemist. It could have nothing to do with anything. Like,
I don't think it's going to even close.
All I'm
it
saying
doesn't look like
is,
it does.
Could be it could be something completely different.
It does look like it's something completely different, but Burn the Witch is a part of Bleachverse, so shut the fuck up. Anyways,
I mean,
we're moving on. We're moving on.
Europe.
We're moving on. Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck you, Diego. No, you don't get last say. Adrian, go. You're the Bleach freaking fanatic. You go.
No, there's nothing. Well, there's not really much I can say about Burn the Witch and Bleach connection, other than author status in the same universe, but they don't really have the same
mangaka
creatures.
got final say, Brennan, not me.
Well, I mean, I will say Bleach doesn't really have much universe expansion other than Kutakara Town and the freaking.
They don't go for world building as in other countries. They go world building as in like other
different dimensions.
So like, to be fair, you can say anything is part of Bleach at this point.
Naruto is in Bleach confirmed. Naruto is in Bleach confirmed.
Yeah, that's just a whole other country. What you talking about?
All right, but
that's what it is.
Brennan, since you're the one who knows the most about this subject, what the hell's going on with this new SAO movie?
So they just released a SAO Progressive, like the first movie of it. Progressive follows the original SAO storyline, so the Aincrad arc, but they go more in depth on it. They go floor by floor, and they do more of an expansion on like what Asuna was doing, as I believe, as well as what Kirito was doing, because in those 12 episodes they skip around a lot, floor to floor, and they skip like what Kirito was doing in between each floor. And obviously Asuna is like, you see her in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you're like halfway through, and then she pops back in as like the love interest.
So what I'm hearing is I need to stop doing what I'm doing and watch that goddamn movie, because that's what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for something. Yeah, like this.
I definitely think a lot of like people who the only good part of Sword Art is the Aincrad arc.
That was me until Alicization, to be honest.
So
I don't
like.
Don't
yeah,
that.
I think it'll be very interesting for the old viewers as well as some of the new ones. Just it's new SAO content. Like, I love SAO. I'm down for new content for it. But they did also announce the second movie.
And it's following the same storyline.
Yeah, so yeah, it's following SAO Progressive, which I believe that whole thing is just what I was just saying, like following floor by floor. They just decided to do it in movie format as opposed to doing it in like a series, I guess.
I see.
But I don't know when we'll be able to see the movie. Like, I don't know when it'll be dubbed and when we'll have like access to it or anything like that. I mean, I'll try to follow and look up some news as to when we can expect it to keep y'all updated about it. You know, it literally came out October 30th, which was only like a week ago. So obviously not anytime soon should it be dubbed and ready to like be viewed in the US. But if it has a theaters release, I will definitely be taking myself to the movie theater to watch that movie.
Hey, bro, you better not go without me or I'm gonna beat your ass.
Listen, bro, I'm the only one here who actually genuinely loves SAO, so I'm gonna do what I need to do to see that movie
Because
ASAP.
season 2, Gun Gale was the only good part of season 2. Okay.
Some people actually hated that.
I don't know how, bro. Shinon's. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, Eternals. That's what we're talking about.
Because they had to
We're not focusing on me simping. We're talking about Eternals.
We're just gonna speed past that like that ain't happen.
Yep, that's exactly just like we did with Catwoman with you and Oof. Anyways,
we don't talk about that. We talking about you now. We asked a question, to you, good sir.
All right, so Eternals. It came out last Thursday, Friday, whatever day, and obviously the podcast came out on like I think the day that the movie came out.
Nah, we recorded the podcast
on that
Wednesday, and it came out that Thursday, and we were like, damn.
Yeah. And we completely, well, all three of us, I'm pretty sure, completely forgot that Eternals was coming out that week.
A little bit.
But we watched it, so you don't have to if you really choose to listen to all of this. So
definitely you should.
Exactly, but we're gonna start it off with the spoiler-free review, and we will let you guys know when we're gonna get into spoilers, and we're also gonna cover the post-credit scenes and the handful of characters that were introduced in this movie. I will do a rough cover of pretty much everything you need to know about these characters. So if you want to stick around for that, you can. If you want to skip to that, you can. Whatever. So pretty much what I want to do for the spoiler-free review, since, you know, this is our first time doing it, I just kind of want to talk about your overall thoughts. No, like, key points in the movie, just what you think.
Overall.
If, like, pretty much for the listener, do you think that they should watch this movie? We're pretty much gonna rip off Javen with his anime 3-episode reviews. So I'm just gonna go first because let's just get the biased one out of the way. I love Marvel, and I'm obviously gonna say you probably should, because if you love action scenes, specifically if you like Justice League, the characters in the Justice League, I heavily urge you to watch this movie because this is the best Justice League movie I've ever seen. It is, to be fair, a little slow for the first half, but I think that it picks up and it does a very good job of being a pretty solid movie. We all know that it debuted as the worst Marvel movie, period. And I do not feel... Yeah, critically, and I don't think that was deserved whatsoever.
Bruh.
But I will let Adrian or Brennan say their piece.
Adrian, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I can go first. I don't think I'm gonna talk about this too long. In my honest opinion, this movie was great. If you're a Marvel fan, of course you should go ahead and watch it. Do yourself a favor and watch it, because it's a Marvel movie. What else do I need to say? Like, if you like action scenes and you love characters in Marvel, it's all for you. Like, I don't know what else to say. But as it being the worst Marvel movie ever, I'm going to have to disagree on that. They must have been smoking penis when they were writing that. Like, Like I don't know what I don't know what they thought they saw, but they did not see Eternals. They saw internals, not Eternals.
Internals.
They saw a different movie than what I saw. I don't know what they saw, man, but it's definitely not it. It's a good movie. I say you should watch it. I don't think it deserves the hate that it got. It's dumb. It doesn't make sense in my opinion, and that's really all I have to say about it.
All right. So honestly, this movie was garbage. The characters were trash. No, I'm just kidding.
So you smoking that penis too?
No,
The
honestly,
throat
I think
goat, bro.
the movie was really, really good. It was like I was interested the entire time. Especially if you don't know anything about the Eternals, like learning about like I know Diego said the movie's really slow at first, but I feel like that might be because Diego knows a little bit about the Eternals. But for someone who doesn't know anything about the Eternals, it was nice to kind of see them interact and like build as characters, and kind of learn more about them as the movie goes on. But I could see how it could be slow if you already kind of know the characters. Like they've been saying, I don't know where this worst Marvel movie ever has come out, because I can tell you now, I will watch Eternals over Captain Marvel, like the first Captain America movie, Thor Ragnarok. Like I'm taking the Eternals over all those. Not Ragnarok, sorry, Dark
Okay,
World,
I was
or
gonna
whatever.
say you were
The second
like,
Thor movie.
You
I thought
stay
a Dark
smoking
World
penis
too, but
if
you
you
said
think that
Ragnarok.
it's
Yeah,
better than
no,
Ragnarok. What
no.
the hell?
Dark World, Thor Dark World. I'm taking it over that movie. Any of the Hulk movies. I know that's not like technically official Marvel universe, but it is technically.
Iron Man over Iron Man 3. We could keep the list going, but
Yeah, I'd almost like looking back terms now, like of rewatching. I probably watch it over the first Iron Man movie as well. To be honest,
ooh, that's
I think the first.
controversial.
Well, I think the
That's
first,
a hot take.
for me, for what I like, the first Iron Man movie is really slow.
Oh
So, and I'd be more entertained watching the Eternals than I would the first Iron Man movie. And like I said, that's again, like if you said you could actually, yeah, I don't know. If I hadn't seen either and you said, do you want to watch the Eternals or Iron Man? I'd probably be like, I'm going Eternals just sounds cooler to me. But that's like, I know Iron Man though, so like that's probably why I would be like, I'd rather go learn something new than see something I already kind of know.
He's like, I already know Tony Stark, bro. Like,
Yeah,
him
but
and I are homies since way back.
but yeah, I definitely go watch this movie, especially if you're a Marvel fan and you're interested in the universe. This movie expands that universe so much. Like already just, I mean, it's the Eternals. The Eternals as characters, you know it's about to expand a lot, but like this opens so many doorways and like possibilities, kind of like Doctor Strange does. Like it opens up the universe to so much more. So it's obviously very important. And yeah, like overall, go watch the movie. It's not the worst Marvel movie ever. You'd probably watch this over Black Widow as well.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
So critics be tripping, and I think everyone knows that critics are always tripping.
True. All right. Well, that concludes the spoiler-free review. So if you don't want to know a damn thing about Eternals, I would just stop listening. But yeah, so pretty much, honestly, this movie, purely just for the fight scenes alone, I would probably watch over most Marvel movies. Like the fight scenes with superpowered beings that are done well. It's kind of hard to beat that. You know what I mean?
Me and Adrian kind of talked about this in the car after I had dropped you off. Their power scaling system was kind of pissing me off because like Icarus's eye beams didn't seem like they wanted to do much, but yet we're also supposed to be this all powerful thing. I forgot his name. The dude who could shoot like his hands like guns. His things clearly weren't doing shit. I mean, all it did was make him go back a little bit.
They just pushed him, to be honest.
Yeah, and then the other people, Gilgamesh was the only one that I was like, damn, he's doing something. And Thena. Him and Thena were the only ones who seemed like they were like capable of damn near one-shotting.
I understand why they did this, because like in the comics, all of the Eternals are literally the same character, but like some special, like everybody is this in the comics. Everybody's the same strength, but they have like some ability that gives them an edge in whatever aspect. Which I understand why they didn't do that. And like you're right, the power scaling was kind of all over the place because like outside of mind control, Druig wasn't doing shit. Outside of changing attributes and stuff, Cersei wasn't doing shit. But like,
no, hold on. Let me put this in perspective for you. Adrian put this in literally the best perspective you can think of. Homeboy said he built his house with his hands, and his window was I-beam proof. Icarus later then used his I-beam to cut the ship damn near in half.
So like it's weird. Did he build his house better than the ship?
You do know that he did build the ship.
I thought he built it with
later
his hands.
that he said he built the ship with his own two hands. Literally at the end of the movie, he told
I was gonna say,
I
didn't
built
he
that
say
ship with my
that?
own two hands.
Oh, I don't know then. I'm just assuming it's because like Homeboy just.
To be fair, he didn't.
And
I will say, to be fair, like Icarus literally just shot it once at the window, and
yeah, I was gonna say, I think if it, like I was gonna say, Homeboy just made the ship just to get them to go places. I'm pretty sure that's what that was, and he's like, well, I want to protect people, so protection is what I'm going to do, and that's why the window was I-beam proof. But at the same time,
let me protect the
shut
house,
the
but
fuck
let me
up.
not protect
Shut the
my own
fuck
life
up.
space.
Shut the fuck up.
Doesn't
But
make
at the
sense.
same time, I feel like if Icarus actually wanted to break it, he could.
Yeah, maybe he was just testing if he actually did it instead of like going full strength on the window. And
Yeah, because I feel like the only reason why he just decimated that table is because he's like, oh, everything in here is pretty resilient. And he's like, let me see. Yeah. IKEA collection.
Yeah. Where did that
ass.
beam go, by the way?
Huh?
Because I'm almost positive that I-beam he shot, like, deflected. It didn't just absorb. I'm almost positive it deflected. Yeah, where did that go?
No, it got absorbed.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, there's a hole somewhere in that roof or something. It did. I don't know.
I mean, that's what we're gonna have to assume what happened because it just disappeared.
So now, what I was telling you, Brennan, when we got out of the movie, I don't really know. Like, I do know the Eternals, but I don't know a whole bunch about them. But one thing that I do know is that Icarus isn't the bad guy. It's Gilgamesh who is the bad guy, which was why I was really confused about like what the storyline would be. Because I'm like, because I just assumed Gilgamesh was just gonna be working with the Deviants, but then Homeboy got slaughtered. So I'm like, I mean, what's going on then?
You can argue that Icarus wasn't really a bad guy.
Icarus wasn't a bad guy for the term bad guy. He was just an antagonist.
He played the role of like the bad guy, but arguably wasn't. I would say
he was just doing what he thought was best.
I would say, in a sense, Gilgamesh did kind of turn into like a bad guy because his power was essentially the only one that got taken by the Deviant, so that was their way of like
keeping
Gilgamesh is a bad guy. He's like, because I mean, it killed. Of course, it killed Jax. She was the weakest out of all of them. Let's be honest.
True.
And then Gilgamesh was arguably. I'd take Gilgamesh over Icarus in a fight, and they were all claiming that Icarus was the strongest one. I don't know.
All I'm saying is Thena was putting in that work.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the top three. It's like Thena, Icarus, and Gilgamesh. And low-key, I might take Gilgamesh over both of them.
All I'm saying is we watched Gilgamesh whack all of them. Like,
for real.
Bruh,
I feel like Gilgamesh was portrayed to be stronger than all three of them, or of those two. But
what I'm assuming it was is like Gilgamesh strongest, like physically strongest, Icarus most resilient, and that's what gave Icarus the edge to be the strongest. That's what I'm assuming at least. Because like Icarus pretty much was just Superman.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, he leaves Gilgamesh that one.
Superman.
He leaves Gilgamesh that one deviant that he couldn't kill in London. So that to me is like, okay, so then he's gotta he knows Gilgamesh is he's up there. He's there's I don't know. The feats that I saw Gilgamesh do were a lot more impressive, even though he died freaking 30 minutes into the movie. His feats were all better.
That was
than
an hour into the movie, but
well, still, you see a third of what you see from Icarus from Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh does better things, in my opinion.
Look, bro, all I'm saying is I forget what her name is. The speedster. She was the goat for the whole movie. If I'm gonna be honest.
I wouldn't say the whole movie.
Nah.
You don't see her a majority of the movie.
But you telling me that fight scene at the end with Icarus versus the rest of the Eternals, she was not carrying.
Scene. She was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Just
she putting in that work when he
that's
fucked
what I'm
up Druid.
saying, bro.
He fucked up Druid, and that bitch said, "Well, you did what?" and then just, she pulled a Broly on this man. She said, "No, you coming right here," and then just bullied him on a wall over and over till lava just started spewing out. I'm like, bro, fight back, Icarus. Do it. Come on. I know you can do it.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think that was one of my favorite fight scenes. Just that whole like sequence between them, because like, as I said, as I told you in the movie, Brennan, that's Flash versus Superman right there, bro. Flash was putting in that work, but it was just there's something about superpowered fight scenes that are done well that just like make me so happy.
True.
Another thing that's supposed to be that incredible and it lets you down, it's kind of like, damn, how?
For real.
Yeah. Another thing that made me laugh in the movie, it was just when they were fighting, was when they were jumping Icarus, and then even the Deviant came at the last second. He said, "Let me get on this." He just sucker punched him.
And Fastos is like, "No, you ain't. No."
Oh, that shit was funny. I just laughed when he did that. He said, "Let me get my lick on this."
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I really thought that that the Deviant was just gonna jump him, and they were just gonna be fine with it.
Low key, me too. I was like, "Are y'all just gonna work together on Icarus?" I mean, Icarus gonna die.
They were fine with it. They just didn't want him to steal his power. So like, like if that wasn't a factor, if it was like, oh, they can't steal our powers anymore. Oh, it would have, bro. We watching Jujutsu Kaisen again, bro. The way they were jumping him, because
the Deviant is Toto, and the speed bitch is Itadori. They just
freaking, and then like they would have Fastos would have freaking had him stuck to the floor while everyone's freaking right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook.
It's about to look like the Civil War sequence with Bucky and Captain America versus Iron Man.
Bro, yeah, like that was
just pummeling him.
That would have been a massacre. Homeboy would have said, "This isn't fair."
I would have been in the background saying, "Fight back, bro! Fight back.
World Star!
Put your hands up, fam! Put it up!" Oh man, you letting me down.
But honestly, aside from that, I think the movie was like you know, putting all of that like together, I think that it's a lot better than I could really say without like putting any spoilers into it. Because like, as I said, like action wise, it is definitely one of the better movies. And you're right. It like maybe it's just slow in the beginning because I already know what they can do and all of that. I still think the past stuff is really interesting because we don't really get to see much of that, if at all. But,
dude, I love that.
That's what I'm saying, like Babylon, all of those like different locales, I really enjoyed that.
I love the idea of like they created like the mythological gods in a sense.
Yeah,
like,
the fact that Athena is based off of Athena. Cool. It's just all
Icarus is literally Icarus.
It's just some rumor that Sprite put around, or was it Sprite?
Yeah, Sprite. It was one of her stories.
Sprite.
She would always tell stories. Fuck Sprite, by the way. I hated her the entire movie. I'm not
backstabbing bitch.
I hated her the entire movie. Quite literally.
Dude, actually, speaking of, that was the funniest scene in the whole movie. We really all were like, oh shit, Cersei's gonna die. And then Druid just comes up with a rock and just bodies Sprite. That
was the funniest thing in that movie, other than him Gilgamesh getting charged.
When I saw Jack, I was so confused. I was like, huh? And then it like revealed that Sprite, and I was like, bro, I forgot all about her. I would be honest. I was like, God dang.
I did too, and I was like, bro, she's just a jobber. I don't really care. After she got taken out by a rock, I don't really care about her. She a jobber.
Literally useless. I hated her the entire movie. I'm not even gonna count.
That's crazy. All
She
right.
was annoying.
So
I understand her, but like I don't care for her.
So before we jump to the post-credit scenes and talk about that, so the first thing that I want to talk about is, once Cersei saves the planet, Icarus flies into the sun. And now I want to ask both of you, do y'all really believe that Icarus is dead?
I mean,
I
I
don't
have
know.
no reason to believe he is, but I also have no reason to believe he isn't. Like Gilgamesh died on some like if he's still alive, Gilgamesh died on some weak shit, and I'll be mad if Gilgamesh is dead and Icarus is still alive. But on the other hand, I'm also like he's an eternal, so technically like they can do whatever they want. So like I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if he was still alive, but I would be upset for how easily Jack and Gilgamesh died if they're capable of flying into the sun.
Yeah.
So that's where I'll leave that.
I feel like he is dead. I don't really have a reason to believe that he is alive, other than him going to the sun and then it just gets bright. We don't see him turn into a crisp or just catch on fire. He kind of just his screen just turns white, and we're just supposed to assume he's dead. I'm gonna assume he's dead because I don't think the movie was gonna get that brutal to the point where we're actually gonna see him like turn into a crisp or melt. I don't really have a reason to believe that he's alive. If he turned out to be alive, that's gonna be interesting.
I'm pretty sure he's alive. I don't know if I have any facts to back that up. I just don't think that he's dead.
Like I said, they don't give you a reason to believe he's like truly dead, and they don't give you a reason to believe he's not.
I was thinking because you know how he said that he was gonna judge if humanity was worth living or not.
Yeah.
So Erisham the judge, I'm thinking he might be the next Avenger level threat.
I feel like that's more for an eternal villain or antagonist. I will say.
Okay, so the reason why I say this is because like the only things that can beat him if he decides that humanity isn't worth living is Galactus or characters that are as strong as like Odin and Zeus. So like that's gonna be some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm like saying like I feel like maybe it's just for the Eternals. Maybe they will get introduced to Galactus later on because of the Eternals, but maybe
I
he'll
was
come back.
gonna say maybe he has Galactus attack Earth.
True.
Because I thought Fortnite. I hate that they did it this way, but apparently Fortnite, when they had their thing, they were supposed to be announcing kind of like I don't want to say 100% the next Avenger like villain, but like where it was supposed to be heading, and Galactus was what showed up. So I mean, they were introducing to Celestials, and who's the biggest Celestial that like everyone is gonna, for the most part, know, and that's Galactus.
He's not a celestial, but I know what you mean.
I mean, for the MCU, they can turn him into a Celestial and have
I
his
don't
own
think
origin
they
story.
will.
No,
Just because,
but
I think what Galactus is makes sense, especially given that Loki did what it did for like the lore of the universe.
Yeah.
that's where I feel like maybe then like that like Celestial would maybe be like above Galactus, so they would send Galactus and be like, "Yo, wipe out this planet because of this or whatever," or like they're not supposed to be here anymore, type shit. I don't know, because I mean, this is kind of getting into the post-credit scene, but like that the leftover Eternals are going to save the other Eternals, so I feel like they would save that kind of enemy for them.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're wanting to bring the Eternals back to Earth to fight with the Avengers against.
That's what I'm thinking, because Celestials have fought the Avengers before. So, but I'm saying like that would be a good way to like introduce the Eternals to like the main MCU. Is just having them fight Erisham together.
I mean, yeah, if they want to go that route, I'm for it. But it just depends, like what route they kind of want to take, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I feel like Erisham would be a pretty cool like Avengers villain. I don't know if it would be like the pinnacle villain, like Thanos level, but like an Ultron or something. That would be pretty cool.
See, but like, what's above a Celestial that you're gonna do though?
God.
Yeah.
The one above all, literally.
I mean, Because now,
But the
like
one above
now,
all,
I'm really confused
anyways,
because
a celestial is like the biggest thing that you can fight because like the things that are above celestials, they don't really give a shit about anything. Like,
Yeah, they're kind of
yeah,
the one
omnipotent.
above all
that's
just follows Peter around and just watches Peter because he likes Peter. I don't know.
that's what I was trying to say is like what like I don't see them putting the Avengers against that because that would kind of put a hold on like what the Avengers can fucking fight at this point. But we got to also remember all the people that like let's keep in mind that technically the Avengers have to deal with the Secret Invasion. They got to deal with
Well,
King the
that's why I'm saying it's
Conqueror.
like
They got to deal with like
I don't think that they're gonna be like, all right, next Avenger film, which is gonna be probably the next phase. Arisham's the villain. I'm talking like Avengers, like you know how there's four of
Endgame
them
type
so
of
far.
film.
It's like Infinity War, and then Endgame is like fucking Galactus or something. I don't know. I don't
feel
think
like
they'll do a
Endgame is like Kang the
two-parter. I don't think
Conqueror.
they're gonna do a two-parter again. But like, you know what I'm
but
saying?
I'm saying where do they go after that? Like I feel like they're not going to have them fight a Celestial until they're like
Well, okay, so Arishem would just be fixated on destroying Earth, and what they could do after that is literally just things that are trying to destroy the universe, the dimension, the multiverse, etc. So like there's things that they can go up, but like
yeah, I don't know.
as I
That's a
said,
hard
it's
one.
not gonna be for a very long time if they do go up against Arishem because
Yeah.
you're right, that's like fucking crazy.
Well, that and it's I'm confused at where they want to go because now there's so many different doors open that they can do that it's like,
I'm
damn, where are they
pretty
gonna
sure
go?
it's
Like,
gonna end up being like the comics and like how it has been so far, because you know Dormammu was supposed to destroy the entire fucking dimension, and you know Thanos wanted to destroy the universe. So
mhm.
I feel like it's just, or you know, it wanted to kill off half of the universe and then just straight up destroy the universe. So I think it's
Hmm.
just gonna be a little bit of here and there. Like I don't. It's
But
just
like
gonna end up
main
like the
villain wise,
comics.
like
It's
I
like
said,
some
they
of them
have
are low
so
stakes, some
much.
of them are high stakes, but it doesn't feel like a high stakes movie. All that.
But like, but that again, I mean more of like Secret Invasion, Kang the Conqueror. These
Yeah.
are
I
like
don't think
in
Secret
my
Invasion will
Secret
be like towards
Invasion. I was gonna say.
in
I
my
don't think
opinion
Secret
though,
Invasion's
these are
gonna be
things
that
that
big.
are in my opinion though, these are things that are like arguably like Thanos level esque threats almost. Like maybe
I
not
say
Secret
King the
Invasion,
Conqueror
but
is
King the Conqueror is like that's kind of big. You know, throwing a celestial beings in here now. Any Doctor Strange freaking enemy at this
Yeah,
point
any
could be
given Doctor
Avenger
Strange
level.
yes.
enemy.
Like there's just so like I said, there's so many like things you could use as like Thanos level or even bigger.
Yeah.
And so it's just like that's why I'm like I'm very curious to where they want to go with it and where they plan to go with it because they
I
have so
don't.
many different options.
I don't think that they're ever gonna do like a huge like end game level ensemble film, just because like
That's a big
unless it's
budget. But
Galactus, I don't see like a unifying threat per se. Like obviously, you know, if you explain the situation to everybody, you know, like oh this character's trying to destroy the multiverse, they'd be like, oh yeah, we should probably deal with that. But like,
Yeah.
but you know, I feel like it's just gonna be character driven stories, and the villain might be
so
some
then
crazy shit.
so then where are you saying the Avengers is going to be going then?
I have no idea. I'm
And
saying
who would
I'm
you argue
assuming it's
is
gonna
in the
be
Avengers now?
Galactus because Galactus makes sense, but
Hmm.
I
And
don't know.
who are you like deeming like this is like the Avenger group now? Like, because obviously we can't sit here and do Iron Man, Captain America. I mean, I guess you can maybe say Hulk,
Well, okay, so what I'm
Thor,
assuming
I
it's gonna
guess.
end up being is like I told you, like the Young Avengers. So Spider-Man, Kid Nova, if that's what they want to do. The new Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. Um, America Chavez is supposed to be in Doctor Strange, and she's part of the Young Avengers. Um,
And you think they're gonna do like a smaller Avenger
oh
movie then, like as
yeah,
in like
the
not dealing with like super high level threats,
the
just
Young
kind of like
Avengers
Yeah, just
pretty
like a
much don't deal with anything crazy as far as I know. They're pretty much just like MODOK, like evil corporations type shit. But I still think that there might be. I'm assuming that they're probably going to end up doing a new Avengers team with some other group, which I mean they were teasing at with Icarus saying that he would leave the Avengers, but it's probably going to be more focused around Guardians of the Galaxy, like going forward, because like any universe level threat, there's not really anybody on Earth at this point that can deal with that.
Not really, no. No one who currently lives on Earth.
Yeah, because like you got Thor, and Thor could be anywhere.
I think he's with
Captain
the Guardians
Marvel,
right now.
Yeah, he is. Captain Marvel can be anywhere.
I mean,
so
I have this interesting theory
well,
for
how about
Black
we
Panther.
finish the Eternals, talk about the post-credit scenes. Let me break down the three characters that were introduced that
Okay.
We haven't seen much of.
Mm-hmm.
So with the first post-credit scene,
the first one is the Star Fox one.
Yeah. So
not Star Fox, whatever his name is.
Harry Styles.
Yeah, it is Star Fox.
Star Fox, aka Eros. So for those who don't know who Eros is, he's pretty much Harry Styles but a douchebag. So I think it's a pretty like good but interesting casting choice, because like if you are like a fan of One Direction, or like somebody who's a fan of One Direction, everybody fucking talks about how Harry Styles is like the most down to earth person, period. And Eros is one of the worst people ever, because like he's legit, like he's a very controversial character, and it's to the point where I'm 99% sure they're going to change him, because I feel like that's a very bad move publicity-wise for Harry Styles if they keep that, and for Marvel actually, if they keep him the way that he is. Unless they want to make him like a villain, because he does form the Dark Guardians of the Galaxy. Since he's Thanos' brother, in the one storyline where he forms the Dark Guardians of the Galaxy, there's like rumors about how Thanos can be revived, which I don't know if you've seen, but I saw on Snapchat IGN was talking about how Thanos could possibly return. I didn't read the article because I'm like, he's not. But they've basically they find out that Thanos transferred his consciousness to something, and Eros forms the Dark Guardians of the Galaxy to go after Gamora and basically capture Gamora and put Thanos' consciousness into Gamora. That's what I'm assuming they were going after with saying that that Thanos could possibly return. But anyways, let's talk about why he's controversial. So his superpower is pretty much seduction, on top of everything else that the Eternals can do. So like super strength, super durability, all of that shit. So he can stimulate the pleasure center of the brain, so people are more easily persuaded, and that's how he's controversial, because he uses that to take advantage of women. He's a huge womanizer and abuses that power like fucking crazy. So
this man is certified demon.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not entirely sure, because of the whole Me Too thing. That just isn't a good look for Harry Styles whatsoever. So I'm pretty sure if they keep that moveset for him, they're not gonna make him a fucking horn dog. But given that he hit on Athena the moment that he fucking saw her, I don't know.
I mean, clearly it didn't work, because she was not having it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that was a nod to what his original powers were.
I could see them dabbling, as in like the persuasion part, but I don't see them using it to like
seduce
that degree. Like, just because, like, I mean, like you kind of said, it's in today's day and age, especially. I mean, it's just not like, I don't see any movie doing that really.
Like, yeah, like that's not a good look for Harry Styles, and people will immediately be like, Marvel, what the fuck?
Try to cancel them.
Yeah. So now Pip the Troll. There's a reason why I kind of was just like, huh, Brennan, because Pip the Troll, I thought he was going to be introduced when we finally saw Adam Warlock, because he's like best friends with Adam Warlock. And the only comic line that I've read with Adam Warlock in it is called the Infinity Watch. And I think his teleportation abilities, because you know how Pip teleported both him and Eros onto the ship. I think that's
I didn't know that was him, but sure.
It could. I'm assuming it's him, because he was given the Space Stone. in Infinity Watch. And, you know, he could
Okay.
teleport everywhere with the Space Stone. So I'm just assuming that was a nod at the fact that he had the Space Stone in Infinity Watch. In the comics, he was a prince and met Eros a few days after Thanos destroyed Pip's planet. So I'm pretty sure that event has already happened in the MCU, which is why they're together. So I don't really know if he will be like a major character moving forward.
Well, I mean, we're supposed to be getting Adam Warlock soon, no?
Yeah, Adam
So
Warlock
it could
is
be
supposed
like
to
a
be in
thing.
Guardians.
Adam Warlock. Yeah, so like it could be a thing like maybe Adam Warlock fights Eros, maybe beats him at some point, and Pip kind of then becomes best friends with Adam Warlock.
Yeah, which was what I was saying
Or
about
something
Eros.
similar.
He might be a Guardians villain. I have no idea. That would
Mhm.
that would be an interesting.
However, that would also mean the Guardians are going to meet the Eternals.
I mean,
So
it's space. I'm sure they'll meet at some point if they haven't already. That's pretty much it. You get introduced to Eros and Pip.
in the Black Knight.
And then the second post-credit scene, it's us seeing the Black Knight on the ship when they get back into the ship while they're like, since they're looking for it to.
Yeah.
Athena grabs a sword and calls it the Black Blade Excalibur. And I don't know what this new blade that the Black Knight's using, because he has two weapons in the comics, Excalibur and the Black Blade. And since Athena used both of those names, I have no idea what that sword he's using is
I
called.
mean, I took it as he has like the legit Black Blade.
Maybe. That's what I was gonna say.
Excalibur,
Unless
and
what she was using is like a fake, or it's just actually Excalibur, and for whatever reason it's called the Black Blade. Apparently, he can hold his own against Wolverine and Captain America, so he pretty strong.
So he up there.
So as the name suggests, he's good at horse riding, using shields, sword fighting, all that shit.
He's good at anything that has to do with like wielding a weapon.
Yeah, with like wielding a weapon and like knights, what you would expect a knight to be good at.
The OG, I also read the OG like weapon that he used to use was like a joust lance.
Yeah.
Which that would have been interesting. Imagine he would have pulled that out at the end of the movie.
I'm assuming if we get like
Joust the Celestial.
I don't know if we're gonna get a movie for him, or maybe he'll like, you know, be a small part in another movie, but I'm assuming.
Oh, I hope we don't get a movie.
Why?
I think he's gonna play a part in Blade, since we know at the end of the end credit scenes.
Shut the fuck up. Let me finish.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Damn it, Adrian, I was gonna get into that because I have
both of you
things
shut
to say
the
about
fuck
that.
up. So he's extremely fucking smart, and he's a great tactician and very good strategist. So and he was also a leader of the Avengers at one point. So what I was trying to say before I rudely got interrupted is I think he's the new Captain America, essentially.
But doesn't the Blade
is that's another thing, is like the reason why he says that he has a complicated history in his family is because I know that one of the Black Knights that like you actually see in the comics was evil, and that's because of the Blade.
One.
Yeah, it was the OG
so like
one.
The very first one.
And I think there was another one.
It wasn't because of the Blade.
It wasn't?
That one was just no. So the first one was just genuinely like he used his like what they called technology, or like his like findings or whatever for evil. And that was one of their like uncles. And so then he found him before the uncle died, like after a big like fight or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And the uncle told him like, you got to use it for like good. Like you got to use like my findings or technology, whatever it was, for good. And so he started using his stuff for good, and like he had to essentially rebrand the Black Knight as a good guy because he was originally known as a bad guy.
Okay.
But I don't remember where they say he found the sword from. They just said that like they got the sword, aka Excalibur, and it was cursed to where the more you draw blood with it, the closer and closer you get drawn into like chaos, like the dark abyss of chaos, which is essentially you turning evil.
Yeah.
But then later on, I do see that, was it Doctor Strange? Yeah, Doctor Strange removes the curse at some point, so he just gets the blade. Oh, the blade is also like something to do with Magneto.
Really?
Or like he does have like the video I watched, they did mention in his origin story that Magneto was like around him or whatever. So I thought this maybe could be an interesting way to like maybe sneak some mutants in, because as you saw, the blade had like this weird liquid thing. Apparently it has some kind of magnetic like property to it or something like that. I don't like, I was listening, but like I wasn't, you know, obviously the dude was talking and doing like fast rundown, so I forgot some of what he said. But like I think he did mention it had some kind of magnetic type of like ability or something like that. And that's why obviously Magneto was around it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the OG one was the one that was like evil.
I see.
I don't think that has to do with the sword. I don't think. It could be. I don't know.
I have no idea, because I was gonna say like the only comic that I read with him, like the whole shit, was a Heroes for Hire run with him and Cersei. That's literally the only one that, like, the only comics that I've seen with him in it.
Yeah, he's not in all that much. To be honest, okay, so when it ended and like I was talking to Adrian about it, like he pulled the sword out, like he knew like, this sword will mess a Celestial up. So I had really high hopes. And when I watched the video giving me the rundown of like who he was and stuff, I was deeply disappointed. I was incredibly disappointed. I was like, this man is literally like, he's not super strong. He's not like, there's literally nothing about him that's like special other than if you put a weapon in his hands that's like a sword or anything like to do with like that type of combat, and like you said, riding a horse, like he is like, you ain't beating him probably. Whoa. He does also have a sword and shield. It's the Sword of Light and the Shield of Night or something like that.
Yeah,
and like it absorbs powers, and then like the sword can like eject that like power out.
Yeah,
so
if
that
I
was
remember
cool.
correctly,
the
really shields can absorb sunlight, and then the sword uses that sunlight as like a weapon.
Is it sunlight? I thought it was like any
light
of,
source
like, power.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember it having
I don't know.
With light.
It could be one of those.
I have no idea.
But
I had to do most of the research for like his abilities, because like I just remember him being in Heroes for Hire, and I'm just like, this dude's cool, but like
he is like, he does do some like, he does have some feats under him, I'm pretty sure, and he does work with the Avengers at some points and stuff. And actually that is why they introduced him as the love interest for Cersei, because in one of the storylines that causes like a big like Avenger level threat in the comics is like Cersei apparently dumps a version of him, and that version turns like evil and starts trying to like destroy a bunch of shit. So like that was kind of like how they introduced him, obviously, in the movie as the love interest.
Yeah.
But like I said, other than that though, like I just was expecting more. He's realistically like a dumbed down Captain America, in the sense of like, he's not like superhuman. He's just,
I think they might give him
cool
some superhuman abilities, just because like I feel like
we can't have Hawkeye again.
Character, yeah, I was gonna say the only character who can make it work aside from Iron Man is Hawkeye, and even Hawkeye.
And we all saw what they did to Hawkeye.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and even Hawkeye didn't really work in the movies, so
just not like, they didn't give him like, well, they could right their wrongs though. Like realistically, they just didn't give Hawkeye enough like shine. It's like, and time, and like just they didn't put enough into him to make people care about him. They could have easily, they just didn't.
Yeah,
and they could do that with the Black Knight. Like, you know, I don't necessarily want to see more of him, but I'm not gonna be mad if they make me see more and they make him actually cool.
So
it's just like the way, like I said, the way he went to the sword after she got taken from the Celestial, I was just like, bruh, this dude got to be like mad powerful, because there's no way he's gonna be like, oh, Celestial took her, let me go get my sword and fight him, bruh. Like, it did not make sense to me.
But speaking of seeing more of him, since you know, apparently that's the it's been a long time since I've seen Mahershala Ali in anything, so like I don't know if that's his voice or not.
It's confirmed. Like it's confirmed.
Oh, it is confirmed.
Yeah, it's confirmed. It was his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad said it, and I was just like, huh? And so I looked it up because I was like, really? And yeah, it's confirmed that is Blade's voice. That was like the Easter egg / cameo.
Interesting.
The one thing I did want to say about it is, if you remember in the background, it was daylight, and if Blade was creeping around in daylight, that means that he's already met Morbius and has already been bitten by Morbius. So put 2 and 2
Wait, is
together.
that how he
there's a
turned into a
Morbius.
vampire?
Again, this is going off a video. I don't want to seem like I'm some all-knowing Blade freaking connoisseur. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love Blade. I've seen the movies. Like, I love the movie Blade. Sorry, I don't know really anything about the Marvel comic aspect of it though.
Mhm.
But the dude that I was watching that like also said like this is confirmed Blade. He was the one who mentioned like it was in broad daylight, and apparently he doesn't turn into a daywalker until Morbius bites him. And I'm like, this is perfect timing when you think about it, because Morbius movie is confirmed coming out, trailer already released. And then you bring in a character into the Eternals movie to the Black Knight, and he's in daylight. So this could be a way of them, like, they introduce Blade, like maybe you get a Blade cameo in the Morbius movie. Or maybe like Blade is someone Morbius bites in the movie but never kills. And then we get, I don't know, is Blade being a TV show or a movie?
It's a movie.
Movie.
So then maybe we get, like a Blade movie after the events of Morbius, or, to me, if that's true, if Morbius is the way he becomes like an actual Daywalker, then I think like we will definitely see like a cameo or some kind of Easter egg of Blade in it, before we get the movie.
So what were you saying about Black Panther before I interrupted you?
Oh yeah, theory. So, you know how we've all been kind of saying like the What If series almost seems like we're getting introduced to like new characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they had a Black Panther like where Killmonger is like the ruler or whatever, and he fights like Ultron.
Sure.
Well, I didn't watch it, but like you know how like Killmonger is a character and he's I don't know the basis
I
around
knew
it, but
I knew Michael B. Jordan was in it, but I don't know what the details of that episode.
Wait, hold on. Say that again. What do you think is happening?
It was
like
Killmonger.
Killmonger is in and he rules Wakanda in What If, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And he fights Ultron.
He rules Wakanda, but then it turns to shit, and then he gets transported and fights Ultron.
Okay, so what so keeping in mind that we like it almost feels like What If is like kind of drawing in like things that could happen in different universes, but it's made by Marvel, and Marvel is obviously like using it as some weird way of doing something. Like we know Marvel
it's introducing a Watcher.
It's introducing the Watcher, but we're also thinking like, okay, multiverse has just opened up, so now it's kind of like, at least for me, theory wise, what if the series is actually a bunch of different multiverses that are all going on right now, and so we know Black Panther movie 2 is coming out, and I'm almost positive it's been confirmed that Michael B. Jordan is
I think it
coming
was
back.
confirmed that What If is the different universes in the MCU.
So
it is.
We know, I'm almost positive that Michael B. Jordan is confirmed coming back for Black Panther 2. What if is the way? I think I'm pretty sure.
No.
I've read stuff saying that he's coming back.
Okay, so the reason why I don't agree with that is because there's certain conditions where he could come back, but if he was to come back from What If, he would be OP, and he would have to do a lot of things to do that. I don't think it's going to be a What If, or to him from What If. I think he'll be a variant from the Loki series, or not Loki, but like a variant.
Yeah, like
so
we saw in Loki.
Yeah, so like if he was to come back from What If, he will be OP. I don't.
He has
no
like
one.
the Infinity Gauntlet or some shit, doesn't he?
Yes, he has something to contain.
They did that with him?
He doesn't have it. He has something to control all the Infinity Stones. But right now, in the end of What If, spoilers, but he's in a stalemate with Zolan, I think. And they're like in this stalemate that will last forever. And the Doctor Strange we see from What If is literally just watching over them, just to make sure like
See, but
nothing
like,
happens.
but either way, it seems like that's where they may go with the next movie. And what I'm thinking is they pull Killmonger back from wherever, whether it's I mean, I guess they can't do what if, but like, let's say it is a variant, and like, let's say this is like a good variant, the one that like ruled over Wakanda as if it was T'Challa or something. And then I'm thinking maybe he kind of like teaches the sister how to essentially be Black Panther, like he was, and then they kind of do the official torch pass uh to Zuri, because I mean, in the comic, Zuri is the one who takes the mantle next, anyways.
Yeah.
And we all know that they're not recasting T'Challa because that would
Mhm.
be mad disrespectful. So as they should,
Yeah.
that's Chadwick Boseman and him only. But they could follow the comics and get it to where Zuri's doing it and use Killmonger, aka Michael B. Jordan, a character we already know, technically, in quotation says it's technically a variant. We wouldn't know him, but use him as like the gateway to getting things back on track. I think that's interesting.
It's interesting. It'll just be weird seeing Killmonger as
A
good.
good guy.
Yeah, because like
I mean,
even in a
look,
what if
bro, all
scenario,
I'm
he was
saying
just like an
is-
evil throughout, or he had his ideals like solidified throughout the series. It would just be weird seeing him like as a good guy compared to like a villain, because he seems so solidified in what he believed in, to the point where it's damn near, if anything, impossible to like
that's the point
turn
of
him to a
variants,
good
though.
guy.
They all live different lives. So, like, the one they pull could be one that never ended up leaving Wakanda and was like a rightful prince.
Sure, I'm just saying like it still just feels weird. That's just what I'm saying.
But like, realistically, they don't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
they
just have
could
to
just
see
be
how.
like, "Yo, Zuri, like, take this. Like, hopefully you don't die. Good luck." But I don't see them doing something, that like easy. And I feel like you can fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I saw that Michael B. Jordan was returning as Killmonger.
I have no idea, dude. Don't
I
ask
I
me.
feel like
feel
I've
like
heard of something similar like that, but I don't know if I like from a confirmed source or just some random
I don't know. I know I've
something.
read it somewhere, now whether it's like this is trustworthy. So yeah, see the first thing, if you look it up, it says Jordan will be in Black Panther 2 as Killmonger.
Yeah, I looked it
Interesting.
up too.
It's literally the first thing you see. So
I wonder what's his role going to be then.
hey, bro, it's got to be something similar to a variant, or I mean, now they could say Wakanda got something to bring him back to life, and T'Challa
I was gonna
like
say,
after the
or
events
he
of the
just
movie.
didn't die.
I don't know. It's hard to say. All I know is that movie's going to be very interesting, especially with how far we're getting and the possibilities that could happen before Black Panther 2 even comes out.
Yeah. Is that everything?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can cover unless you want to cover Bungo Stray Dogs season 4. But
That was in the anime section, bro. I completely
yeah,
forgot about that shit.
I mean,
I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
Neither do I,
It's-
bro. But hey, if
it's
you watched Bungo Stray Dogs season 1 through 3, season 4 is out.
or it's coming out. It's like
You're coming out. Yeah.
that's about it though. I have nothing to really say about it other than it's a good series. I recommend giving a watch because I don't know what else can happen in the next season.
Now, I know that I didn't give you a chance to bring this up, but keep that shit in the anime section next time, bitch.
Listen, I kind of forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, oh shit, we forgot about Bongo Stray Dogs.
It's hard to remember when you don't know what it is.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, I know what it is. It's just like I was gonna talk about it, then we just like started talking about other things, and it just slipped past me. So.
All right, well, Brennan, take it away.
Oh, I'm doing this?
I guess, bro. You're the one who does it, so you've been doing it for the last like 2 or 3 weeks.
I do it once, and this man says you the all seeing and all knowing,
because you do it better than I would, bro.
Oh man, just keep stroking my ego, bro. Anyways,
and I'm the YouTuber
anyways,
over
y'all.
here.
Anyways, y'all, that has been episode 5 of the Weebly Comic Podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed. We had a little bit of everything in there. It wasn't necessarily one thing heavy like it has been the past couple of weeks. So I feel
Aside
like
from
that's pretty
like
nice.
Eternals, but you know, it's
Yeah, but we had a lot of anime stuff to talk about too.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I feel
for
like it
sure.
was,
Oh yeah.
it was pretty good. As always, all our links are going to be in the bottom of the description. So, we got Diego, coming in strong, 460 something subs,
69.
still trying to get him. Oh, ooh.
Ooh.
It's still trying to. Okay. You know what? We've been saying 1,000, but let's go for a smaller goal.
500.
Go for
600.
500.
600.
Let's get him to 600. No, because that's only like 40, 30 more subs. 600.
600.
Let's get him to 600. He's got some big plans about some videos he wants to come out with.
Yo.
So, if you want to see him more, get him some subs. As always, we got Adrian, aka Star Psycho. Hit him up on
Yes, sir.
Twitch. Let's get him as many followers before he even does his first stream. Who knows? Maybe come December, maybe October, this month, we might hit the first stream, depending on
Maybe,
how some
bro.
things can go. We got to see. As
Maybe y'all see
for
me play
me,
Battlefield.
Yo.
yeah, Battlefield, and that'll be all of us. It'll be me, Diego, and him, as well as some other people. As for me, I don't really got much. I got an Instagram for my Funko Pop collection if y'all are interested in that. But other than that, I don't be doing much other than this
And running
because I
social
haven't figured out
medias.
what I want to do. Yeah, I be running the social medias, but we don't talk about that because I'm kind of struggling. So if y'all could help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. Instagram, TikTok especially. TikTok one kind of hurts, low key.
Oh, I wanted to do this in the beginning, but obviously this episode ain't coming out on today. But shout out to the
On
GOAT.
today.
Happy birthday to Zoro.
Yeah. Tone it down, Sparky.
I was expecting you guys to say something, but neither of you said anything, so I'm just like, bro, why am I
I
so
don't love
tired?
Zoro as much as you, so.
Look,
However,
either
this
way,
man's
that
tired
shit
over
getting
here.
cut because neither of y'all fucking said anything. So
All right, happy birthday to the green-haired pirate who doesn't want to admit that he's a pirate, but he follows a pirate and freaking simps over a pirate. Anyway.
Listen, happy birthday to the man that gets lost, my goat.
Onigiri.
man
Who
has
needs
no
some
sense
map,
of
bro?
just no sense of direction.
He needs some
Oh,
map from
speaking
Zoro.
of, did you see with the One Piece game what they did to Zoro?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think
bro,
I
how
know
they
what you're
just made
talking
the
about.
map just pixelated as fuck for him. That's so fucked up. Anyways, continue, Brett. I think that's everything, actually.
You know what? So you get it interrupted. I quit. Yeah, like I said, all the links will be in the description. I'll have Diego do my Funko Pop link in case y'all. I got some fire pops, bruh. Hit me up. Anyways,
An extra fucking thing I need to do. God damn it.
it's a link, bruh.
Bitch,
Calm
I
yourself.
already edit all of this. Never mind. All right.
You know what, guys? I appreciate all y'all, especially our Apple Podcast and Spotify listeners. We
Yeah.
be seeing y'all popping off with the downloads.
Shout
We
out
really
to all the
appreciate it.
downloads.
YouTube, comment something. I don't know. Tell us we're ugly. All right, cool.
Listen, if you comment Adrian's cute, I know you packing meat. All right.
You packing schmeat, bro.
I know you got something down there, King.
But anyways, y'all, we will see you and talk to you next week.
Yo.
Yeah.
See ya.
We're all still ugly.
Bro.
Okay.